Hello dear students, up till now in class 11 physics, unit 3, chapter 5, laws of motion. We have discussed about the Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion. Today in this video lesson I am going to discuss Newton's third law of motion, its applications in our daily life, various examples which is based on Newton's third law of motion and horse and cart problem. First of all, let us give the statement of Newton's third law of motion. This you have already studied in your previous classes also, but we will be giving the statement of this law again. It states that to every action there is always an equal and opposite reaction. Forces always come in pairs, that is equal and opposite, action, reaction, force pairs. But they never cancel out each other. Action reaction act on different bodies but simultaneously. Let us suppose two bodies, they are interacting with one another. They are coming contact with each other. F12 vector is the force exerted on the first body by the second body. F21 vector is the force exerted on the second body by the first body. Then as per Newton's third law of motion, F12 vector is equal to minus F21 vector. Now, there are some important points which are to be noted with regarding Newton's third law of motion. First is action and reaction are just forces. The forces always occur in pairs. Action and reaction do not act on the same body. Action and reaction act on different bodies but simultaneously. Due to this, they never cancel out each other. There is no cause-effect relation, as it is a misconception. And the last is, though action and reaction forces are always equal in magnitude, but they do not produce equal acceleration in the two bodies of different masses on which they act. Now, let us discuss some examples, some applications of Newton's third law of motion. First is, when the two springs which are attached to one another are pulled, what happens? As you can see, action which appears is 58 gram weight and the reaction, it is equal and opposite, and it is also equal to 58 gram weight. So, this is in accordance to the Newton's third law of motion. Next example is a book lying on the table. Here the force of action is weight of the book which is acting on the table in the downward direction, whereas the reaction is the upward force exerted by the table on the book and it is in the upward direction. So, here the force of action and the force of reaction, they are equal and opposite, but they are acting on the different bodies. This is in accordance to the Newton's third law of motion. Next example is swimming. When a person swims, he pushes the water in the backward direction. This is the action done by the swimmer on the water. In turn, the water provides the force of reaction to the swimmer in the forward direction. This is how the person is able to swim in the forward direction. Next is, when a ball is struck against the wall, what happens? The ball rebounces back. The force of reaction is, the force of action is given by the ball on the wall. In turn, the same force of reaction is given by the wall to the ball in the opposite direction, due to which the ball bounces back. Next is recoil of the gun. When the gun is fired, the bullet comes out. The force of action is in the forward direction. In turn, the bullet provides the force of reaction to the gun in the backward direction. Next is the flight of jet planes and rockets. The burnt fuel which appears in the form of heat and highly compressed gases, it escapes through the narrow nozzle in the downward direction. This is the force of action in the downward direction. In turn, the gases provide the force of reaction to the jet plane in the upward direction. Hence the jet planes or the rockets moves. And the next is walking of a man. So when the person walks, the force of action acts at an angle on the floor. In turn, the person receives the reaction R, which is equal but opposite. This reaction R is resolved into two components, vertical component of reaction and the horizontal component of reaction. The vertical component of reaction balances the weight of the person, and the horizontal component of reaction helps the person to move in the forward direction. Next is when the person jumps out of a boat, he pushes the boat in the backward direction. Now according to Newton's third law, the boat exerts an equal force on the person in the forward direction. Therefore, the person jumps out of the boat and the boat moves backward. Next is horse and cart problem. The horse pulls the cart by pushing the ground backward with the feet with a force F, making an angle theta with the horizontal. The ground in turn exerts a force R on the horse, which is equal and opposite to the F. This R can be resolved into two components. So one is R cos theta, another is R sin theta as shown in the figure. If R cos theta, that is this component which is in the forward direction, if this R cos theta is greater than small f, this is the force of friction acting between the wheels of the cart or horse and the ground, then the cart will move forward, that is to the right. Here one point is to be noted that the weight W1 of the cart is balanced by the reaction R1. This W1 is balanced by the reaction R1 of the ground on the cart. The component R cos theta is equal to T tends to move the cart to the right. Whether the cart moves or not depends upon the relative magnitudes of R cos theta and frictional force F between the cart wheel and the ground. Similarly, the weight W2 of the horse is balanced by R2 plus R sin theta. These two will get added up, R2 plus R sin theta, where R2 is the reaction of the ground on the horse. This is how the horse and cart moves in the forward direction. Now next, let us derive this Newton's third law from Newton's second law of motion. Newton's second law is the real law of motion because both the laws can be deduced from the Newton's second law of motion. Now here we are going to derive Newton's third law of motion from the Newton's second law of motion. So for this, let us consider an isolated system of two bodies, suppose A and B. The two bodies interact mutually with each other. Let F be a vector be the force of action exerted by A on B. Let dPb vector by dt be the resulting change in momentum of the body B. Similarly, FAB vector be the force of reaction exerted by body B on A. Let dPa vector by dt be the resulting change in momentum of the body A. Now according to Newton's second law, the rate of change of momentum is equal to the force. Therefore, FBA vector is equal to dPb vector by dt and FAB vector is equal to dPa vector by dt. On adding these two equations, we get FBA vector plus FAB vector. It is equal to ddt of, within bracket, PB vector plus PA vector. But if there is no external force acting on the system, in the absence of external force, the rate of change of momentum must be 0. It means ddt of PB vector plus PA vector, it must be equal to 0. Therefore, we get FBA vector plus FAB vector is equal to 0. And from here, finally, we get FBA vector is equal to minus FAB vector. That is, action is equal to reaction, but it is in opposite direction as given by the negative sign. This is what Newton's third law states. To every action, there is always an equal and opposite reaction. So, now there is an assignment for you. It is difficult to walk on sand or ice. Why? Second is, driving a nail into a wooden block without holding the block is difficult. Why? Third is, the two ends of a spring balance are pulled each by a force of 10 kg weight. What will be the reading of the balance? Think over it. And the last is, action and reaction forces do not balance each other. Why? They do not cancel each other. Why? So, let us recapitulate now what we have learned in this video lesson. We have studied Newton's third law of motion, that is, to every action there is always an equal and opposite reaction. So, mathematically, if we consider two bodies A and B, they are interacting with each other, then FAB vector will be equal to minus of FBA vector. Right? Now, there are various examples which illustrates the applications of Newton's third law of motion, and there are some important points which are to be noted with respect to Newton's third law of motion. That is, Newton's third law, the forces of action and reaction, they cannot cancel each other because they act on the two different bodies. No action can occur in the absence of reaction, right? Newton's third law of motion is applicable whether the body is at rest or in motion. And Newton's third law of motion is applicable irrespective of the type of force, nature of force, that is, whether it is gravitational force or it is magnetic force. And the last point is Newton's third law of motion. Here it may appear due to the force of action on reaction. It may appear due to the actual physical contact between the two bodies, or even from a distance also, but they are always equal and opposite. So, this is what we have learned in this video lesson related to Newton's third law of motion. I think everything is clear to you. Thank you very much.